Good morning. Today I am here to discuss with you a very beautiful poem written by Walt Whitman, very famous for its profound meaning. And first, let us talk about Walt Whitman, who was born in 1819 and he died in 1892. And he has been a major figure in early American poetry. He broke the traditions of rhymed and metrical poetry, and he was famous for writing a revolutionary new kind of poetry, which was in free verse. The poem Animals is from the work Song of Myself in Leaves of Grass. And if we just throw light upon the central idea of the poem, in this poem, the poet Walt Whitman he praises animals for being better than human beings and for possessing all such qualities that humans lack or have forgotten. Those qualities are calmness, the lack of greed, and the ability to stay happy and content among others. The poet wants to live among animals and experience a life where no one complains and where they are free of sins and any of the sorrows. The most important theme of the poem is not to praise how good animals are, but to compare humans with them in order to throw light upon the flaws in their nature. The poet believes that probably a very long time ago humans used to possess such qualities, all these qualities mentioned in the poem or which are found in the animals, but they have lost them, dropped them somewhere in the journey to be civilized. And let us have a stanza wise explanation of the poem. The poet here desires to turn into an animal or to get back into their world and live with them as he is impressed by their calmness and the purity of their mind, the composure that they display. Unlike humans, animals seem so contained with their lives and are happy in their natural surroundings. The simple lives of animals help them maintain self control and their rationality. He stands and looks at them for a long time. In the phrase long and long just talks about the writer's condition, that what he does. Okay, and the phrase long and long implies meaning. The implied meaning in this phrase long and long is the longing that the poet feels for these two qualities in human beings. And when we come to stanza 2, we find the poet quite happy with the fact that animals do not make complaints and cry about their conditions like the humans. They eat and sleep peacefully as they have nothing to worry about, while humans, because of their wrong actions, are unable to do so and thus cannot sleep without worrying about them. Humans, even after committing sins, talk about God and righteousness or being right, while animals are simple creatures and they do not need to worry about praying to God. The poet here means that since animals are so pure, they do not pray to God for forgiveness or ask God to fulfill their desires like humans, because first they do not commit any sins, and the second they just go after worldly desires. They have no hunger for worldly things or worldly desires. Therefore, they don't need to bow down to God or seek for forgiveness or ask God to do this or do that for them. Okay, and animals do not possess material things like humans, and they are happy and they are satisfied without all the worldly items, the desire of which has affected human beings very badly. This desire to own things has been called madness by the poet. Animals are free from the habit of praying to their ancestors, even. When the poet says not one is respectable, he means that since all of them are equal, there is no question of respect to some and insult to others. So all these features of animals, they make them happy and uncomplaining in nature. And the poet feels that animals represent human beings in some way. This means that animals, they seem to have what humans once had, which they dropped in their journey to being civilized. For example, the virtues like kindness, self containment, and innocence, all these qualities were first the part of human beings' nature, but now no more they are. And they symbolize the lost values of the human race. He believed that civilization has corrupted human beings, and and uh, instead of teaching values to them, it has taught them greed, made them greedy. He believes in this poem that humans dropped these virtues a long ago and have forgotten them. So this is why he just feels happy to be among animals, and he just wishes that human beings should possess those qualities that they have long forsaken in their journey to be so called civilized people, and still animals seem to be carrying those qualities. So that's why they inspire him, and he feels very good in their company. Thank you very much. I hope you have understood this poem and liked this video. Thank you.